I wanted to say one more thing real quick because I was reading that thing that Umewe put in here. You know, maybe that's the collective feeling because that's how I felt the last few days. Ultimately alone, like no one understands me. I feel like I got no one to protect me, no one to lay my head down on, no one to talk to. You know, I've been thinking maybe that's where we're supposed to be. This is harsh. We live in such a codependent society. We're taught such codependent beliefs that, you know, other people are supposed to make us feel better and that our well-being is about the acceptance and the way we get along with others. And of course it is to a degree. I mean, we weren't born in an egg. You know, we're gregarious creatures. We come in family units and we are raised in these family units. So you do have to have relationships and you do have to, you know, assimilate and get along with others to a degree. But do unto others as you'd have done unto you. I mean, that's the golden rule, right? As opposed to do unto yourself and figure your own shit out first and then do unto others. That should be the golden rule. I mean, that's why Aries comes before Taurus, the head before the neck, because you have to know who the heck you are and what you want and what you eat before you can turn your head and be at all concerned with anyone else, right? So I was thinking about this. I was thinking about how much it's hurt me the last few days, how hard it's been to feel this way. I mean, it has really, really hurt. Yesterday felt devastating to me. It just felt devastating. And so I asked myself last night, why are you so sad? Like, what are you so sad about? Because when I feel these things now, I peel the onion. You know, I like to know what's up. I want to know the great disturbance within because I want to heal. I want to know who's crying inside so I can say, what do you need? And let me love you. You know, I don't try to quiet anything anymore. I'm like, where is she? Where is she? Show me who you are. Show me what you need. Come forth, you know? And so I was asking myself last night, what are you so sad about? What is hurting you so much? And I got this really mixed answer. Part of me wants to feel that there's that person, a man probably, to protect me and to come do these things for me. To make it all right, you know, whether it's a man or men or a system or an institution or a body of people or a society or collective or what, right? I think all of us just want someone to make it all right now, right? We want something to come in and give us some normalcy and some stability and just calm everything the fuck down, right? And that's not happening. And I've surrendered to that. And I think part of it yesterday was the surrender to that. Like, yo, nobody's coming. This shit's here to stay for a bit. So you better get with it. You know? You better get with it. And right behind that came, but you can. You can get with it. And you have power here. And you are okay in your not knowing. In your discomfort. You can sit in it. You can sit in shit, Heather. You can. Let's not go there. Don't act like you can't, right? And then what came behind that is, it's time for this. It's time for me to meet those parts of me that make me feel protected, that make me feel loved on, that make me feel cared for, that make me feel balanced. Like, it's time for me to meet those parts of me, you know? And I can only do that for me, through me, by me, and God, right? I mean, like, of course I meet parts of myself through relationships around me. I meet parts of me through interaction. All of it, everything. Everything is a part of my evolution and my development. And to me, all that's God. It's all God is. That's God, I'm God, we're interacting, we're breathing God, we're talking God, we're looking at God, we're feeling God. It's all, right? And so maybe it's time for me to get in that more. Like, to just really get in that. To get in that feeling and get in that interaction. And to get my feet wet. right? And to not be so concerned with how it's always been, and if someone else is gonna do it, and that I have to guard my feelings, and I'm not okay. Maybe it's time to decide that this is the new okay. This is my okay. And moving forward, even uncomfortable, is moving forward. And I do have what it takes. And it doesn't, for me yesterday, I was like, and it doesn't have to look pretty. You don't have to do it politically correct this time, Heather. Don't put that shit on yourself. Don't do that. It's not kind. It's not kind right now, you know? And so that's where I'm at. Like, I'm realizing that I'm leaving an old belief system. I'm leaving an old way of being. And it felt safe there. Even though I didn't like it, and I was uncomfortable, and I felt strangled, I was used to it. And so now in this new one where I don't need those systems, I don't need those institutions, I don't need all these people telling me what they think I should do, and what's too much and what's not enough, and how I should look and interact for them. I don't need it anymore. And yet, when you pull off that cap and take off that umbrella and your head goes whoosh, most of us are like, ah, it's too big. It's scary and my head feels like it's going to float away. Right? And that's when all the stuff comes in about, for me, where you have to do it like this and you can't say it like that and you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings and you got to make sure you do it right and blah, 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 and all these rules because it's so foreign. So right now, I'm just deciding that, like, all my feelings, I tell my kids this. I've told my kids this since they were little. All your feelings are right, and your words are free when you feel like this. And what that meant to my kids when they were little is, there's no wrong feelings here, okay? Let them come forward. Let yourself feel them. And don't label them and judge them. Just let yourself feel them. And then your words are free, meaning at that time, if one of my little kids wanted to say, this pisses me off, or this is shit, then she wasn't going to get in trouble for it, right? Because I think it's so important for me right now to allow myself to walk forward like a little girl in her mom's shoes and trip and fall and get back up and say, well, I tried, let me try again. Or, you know, maybe I need to straighten out this right foot because I don't know what I'm doing, but I want to continue to move forward. I want to continue to move forward. And I do trust that we're all right where we're supposed to be. You know, this to me is some source tough love, where we're getting many of the step stools that we have been standing on, which are perverse in nature, and some of the systems with which we've been living in that are strangling us. We are having them removed graciously, gratefully. But you know, it's like Stockholm Syndrome. Once you get the crap removed that you've been blaming your junk on, you're faced with the fact that you created your own prison. You made these beliefs, you adopted these beliefs, you've abided by these beliefs, and you've engaged in these behaviors. And that is like, wow, this was my own shit. And I don't want it anymore. And I'm going to walk away from it. But seeing that is hard. Seeing that is scary. But we're all getting to see it right now so that we can make change. And we're all so massively wounded, feeling alone, so that we will turn within and find God within. Find how we relate to God. Each of us. You know, each of us has our own divine stream. And God talks to us in the way that we can hear. And no one can break it down better for you than you. And so I believe that this is the time where God is like, I've been knocking and you ain't been listening. Guess what? Boom! There's some shakeup. Now you're on your ass. Now you want to talk? Right? And so I am deciding that this loneliness and this wounding and this hurt and this feeling ultimately alone and this feeling by myself is not bad. It's helping me move into places that I would not have ventured before because the discomfort was not great enough is the truth. And as long as I'm semi-comfortable, I've been known to stay. I've been known to hang out. Yep. And so I want to share that I truly do believe today that each and every one of us has what we need. God does not give us situations that we are not ready to deal with. It's just that I don't think we ever really feel ready. But today is the day for us to rise up and meet Source and Self and learn that we have gifts and we have abilities and we have a voice and we have wants and we have all these things if we allow ourselves to get in touch with them, to acknowledge them, to feel them, and then to bring them forth and share them, you know? And then to say to people around us, hey, I'm having a really hard time right now. I'm kind of concerned about myself. Or, you know, I could use some love. Can I have a hug? Do you have 5 minutes? I need to talk. Can I sit next to you? Could we just share some food? You know? It's that time. It's that time. Shit, y'all. None of us ever did our greatest work because we felt so freaking comfortable that we're like, hey, I'm going to just break the mold today. You know? It's when we get wounded. I never met a person in the program of my program of recovery that surrendered because things were good. My most massive, I'd say, evolutionary aspects have come from having my ass handed to me. And I feel that way right now. I feel like it. I feel like this hurts worse than I've hurt in a long time. And yet I'm really grateful because I'm paying attention. And the massive hurting gives me a direct neon beacon as to where to look and what questions to ask so that I can bring myself some health and some healing and some harmony. And you can do that too. We all can. And imagine a humanity that shows up for self and gets in line with Source and brings our own health, our own happiness, and our own harmony to self. What does that look like? One happy, harmonious human next to another happy, harmonious human and another happy, harmonious human. That's a bunch of happy, harmonious humans, isn't it? That's what's up. It's a good time to be on Earth. It's a good time to be alive. It's a good time to make change. It's a good time to be capable. I love you.